Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy myself, they can't charge me.
Hello, darlings. Welcome back to Cognac's Corner. We're backstage at Tadashi Shoji, and I am here with creative nail director Roxanne. Roxanne, how fabulous. We're backstage at this wonderful show.
Yes.
Tell my audience about the influence that creative nail design has in the nails.
We have a huge influence backstage. We are the only company here in New York, London, Paris, and Milan doing all of the models for the runway shows. This season in New York, we've done about 53 shows, and our philosophy is that nails are like the final accessory to complete the total beauty look.
The final touch.
The final touch. So it's not complete unless the nails are done. And as women, we all know who we are on the inside, but the nails are an expression of who we are on the outside. So it's a good way to kind of let your alter ego show. Yeah.
Tell my audience, what is the color that the models will be wearing today on the runway?
Today we're doing what we like to call it, the name is called Serenity. I call it backstage beige because it's such a great neutral color. If designers want just something that's kind of like a beautiful flesh tone natural nail, we go with Serenity. It's always a safe, all-time best backstage.
Well, thank you, Roxanne, so much for that wonderful interview. I really do appreciate that. And of course, you know creative nail design is the nail polish that we should all be wearing. And I'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more celebrity interviews, more fashion coming up. But first, a message from our sponsor, Abaca Fabrics. Pink Champagne Kisses. us about the influence in this show.
Well, Tadashi's clothes are so beautiful and they're such evening wear that the hair has to work with that. But what I always try and do is put a little bit of a modern spin, so it's quite classic, but then we make the bun a little bit more matte, and that gives it that young, fresh feel that Tadashi's looking for.
Any wisp with that, or is it a tight bun? Is it a tight?
Well, it's actually sort of quite backcombed, so it's quite sort of loose. You know, it's clean, but it has that sort of backcomb feel, which we've been seeing all week. This season has that sort of more of that texture, and that I think is a nice way where you have the classic shape, the strong part, cleanliness, and then that just gives it the little twist, and you can do it at home. So it's good recession here.
Good recession here. I like that. Well, thank you, Rodney, for that wonderful interview. We'll be back in a moment, darlings, with more interviews and more fashion coming up.
For the Cognac Show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in.
This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.